Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good day. Ah, I'm going for a quick ride today. It looks, sunny and beautiful out, but it's actually pretty cold. Temperature's at about like 49 degrees, but it's a little windy, and I'm wearing a mesh jacket, so it's fucking cold as hell. By the way, this is the high school I went to. Looks like a piece of shit. I wanted to make a video about like buying motorcycles, and I wanted to give you guys some tips. Especially like what kind of things that I use as an advantage when I go to look at a bike or to purchase a bike. The best time to purchase a motorcycle, it is not during the warmer months. The best time to purchase a motorcycle is during the fall, especially late fall into winter. That's the best time to purchase a motorcycle. The reason is a lot of people go out and purchase motorcycles in the beginning of spring or beginning of summer, and they don't have places to store them for the winter. Like some people don't have garages, or they don't want to pay like storage fees. So what they like to do is, as soon as when the weather gets cold, they would put their bikes up for sale, and a lot of them are rushing to get rid of the bike. So you can use that as an advantage to get a better deal. Same thing if you're going to a dealership to purchase a bike. I read somewhere that the peak selling season for them is I believe from March up until like May, and after May the sales drop off dramatically. Tips I'm giving you are only valid for most people that live in the East Coast or in areas that the weather gets cold, because if you live in the West Coast or somewhere that doesn't have like a cold winter, people don't really sell bikes like that because they can still ride them. So I would start after about October, like end of October. I would start searching, and then I would just keep an eye out on the market. And then when you go to buy the bike, or if you see a bike online listed that you really like and you really want to go look at it, when you go to contact the seller, make sure that you don't talk like an idiot, or you don't contact them like an idiot. Make sure that you talk to them respectfully, and don't hit them up and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm hitting you up about the bike. Do you still have it for sale?" By the way, that's my stupid guy voice. Yeah, so hit them up and ask them nicely. Send them an email or a text message, or call them and tell them that you're interested in the bike. You would like a time to come look at it, and you want to go for a test drive. Some people are very hesitant to let other people test ride bikes. One thing you can do regarding that is, if you're gonna pay cash, you can take cash with you. Like a lot of sellers want to hold the cash while you test ride the bike, so just in case you drop it or whatever, he can just hand you over the title and the bike, and you deal with the rest. So when you hit up the seller, be respectful, set up a time, don't be an idiot. After that, when you go there, make sure that when you go, you take someone with you. If you have a friend who's been riding for a long time, or a friend who's knowledgeable about bikes, take that person with you, because they will help you out tremendously. What will happen is, when you go there, you will see the bike, and it'll be like a beautiful bike, and you really want to get a motorcycle. You're not going to think with your brain, you're going to be thinking with your heart. You're going to be like, "Oh man, this bike is so beautiful, it rides good, I want it." You're not going to want to negotiate as much, and and the seller will notice that, and the seller will want to take advantage of you. And the seller will not be as motivated to negotiate with you as it would be with someone who's not that interested and not that desperate to purchase the bike. Oh, guys, fucking douchebag. Go around. Fucking asshole. So annoying, like, you can't even take a fucking break or just ride peacefully without having to deal with these idiots. Next thing is, please, if you're gonna email or text the person, don't offer them don't give them an offer right away on the phone before you go there and see the bike in person. This is something that I notice a lot with Craigslist buyers. You know, whenever I sell something, people would hit me up and be like, I'll give you this much. Oh, I'll give you this much, and they haven't even seen the bike. Same thing. When I went to see my first bike, so I hit him up on the day of that I'm gonna go in the morning. I'm like, oh hey, I'm gonna be coming by around 11:30 like we planned, and he's like, okay, no problem. So then around 11 I was leaving the house, so I sent him a text again, hey, I'm on my way. Because I just hate that making plans with people and then they just flake last minute. So I always like to confirm where I go. So I hit him up, and he's like, oh hey, by the way, I hope you know I'm not willing to negotiate. I got so pissed. And not only that, even on his ad it said, oh, we'll consider reasonable offers. So I got so mad. So I pulled over and I texted him and I was like, yo, I have not seen the bike. I didn't make you any offers on the phone. Just like that, I'm not gonna agree to anything. Let me come look at the bike first and we will negotiate. Then he was like, oh, okay, that's fair. So he already tried to like punk me, you know, even before I got there to look at the bike. And just like that, if you just hit up someone before you even look at a bike, you're just gonna come off as someone who's inexperienced and who don't know anything about purchasing a bike. So don't do that. If you know someone that's been riding motorcycles for a while, or like a mechanic that you know that you can maybe even pay him a little bit, like, you know, there are mechanics who will come with you if you pay. Like, I know someone who will come with you for like pre-purchase inspections for $150. So, and he will like go through everything. He will check that bike top to bottom. So, and $150 might sound like a lot, but that's money well spent if you can get a bike that's in good condition, because you'll save a bunch of money later on in you know, repairs and other, you know, if things break or whatever. So it's definitely well worth the money to spend that. Definitely try not to show your emotions, or don't show to the seller that you really want this bike. I'm not saying don't be a dick. I'm not telling you guys to be a dick and keep pointing out negative things about the bike. I mean, if there's that many negatives, just walk away from it. Don't waste your time just taking it for test drives and stuff. But try not to be so in love and and smiling and shit, because then they're not gonna negotiate. So the other thing is, don't be afraid to negotiate. Don't worry too much about you know, coming off as an ass. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself, but it's okay to be a little stern when you're negotiating than before that you get there to look at the bike and when you're just doing your initial communications. So once you're at the seller's place or at the dealership or whatever, and you guys looked at the bike and you took it on test drives and everything checks out, Then when you guys are in the process of negotiating a good price, make sure that you're willing to negotiate, and if you don't get what you want, just walk away, because there's millions of other motorcycles out there. So don't ever think that this is the only bike you're gonna get. I mean, if there are like sometimes you run across deals that are like really good, and you do have to take advantage of that, but most of the time it's something that you can walk away from. So man, this car's coming out of nowhere. Jesus. What's this building? Huh. Oh yeah, when I was in high school, one of my friends had a brand new Mustang, and we brought it down to this road, and we did burnouts. It was funny. It was so much smoke. It was awesome. Too bad I don't have the pictures anymore. Oh, by the way, this is where I recorded my first ever motovlog with the cell phone. Right over here. With my old motorcycle. That was fun. Before you go, try to just have an idea of how much that you can spend max. Like, you know, what's the max that you can spend on a motorcycle? My budget was, I am not spending more than $3,000. So I literally only took $3,000 with me. That way I have no choice but to get the bike at that price, or I have to walk away. So when you go, so if you can, what you can afford is $3,000, don't tell the person, oh, I'll give you $3,000. Some of these are pretty obvious stuff, negotiating, you know, tactics that I'm sure most of you guys know, but just in case you don't know, or you're a young guy, you know, or a young girl, I'm just letting you know. So what I did was I offered him $2,700. I know that sounds like a really low, like a low ball, you know, especially considering he's asking $3,500. But I knew he was gonna say no. You know, it's not like he's gonna say, oh yeah, no problem, man, I'll take it. I mean, if he did, it would have been awesome. But so he was like, no man, no way, I'm not gonna go that low. Oh, how about 32? I was like, all right, you know what, I'll do 29. And he was like, nah man, I can't do that, that's so low, I'm asking 35. Look at this bike, it's in such good condition. So I was like, listen, I got cash with me right now. You already got a new bike. Oh, by the way, the guy already had a new bike. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Never mind. So I was like, listen, I already got the cash with me. I pulled out the envelope with the cash. I was like, look, I already have the cash. I'm not some bullshit buyer here to waste your time. If you're willing to take my offer, I'll take the bike and I'll leave right now. So he was just walking back and forth, and you know, I can tell that he want to get rid of the bike, but at the same time, you know, he don't want to sell it for that cheap. So he was walking back and forth. He was like saying, are you sure you can do that? Are you sure you can give me 32? I was like, nope. And that's the other thing, is be firm and be confident with your answers. Don't be like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know. Just be like, no. Like, be as direct as possible without trying to be too rude. So I was like, I can't do that. So he was like, all right, if you give me $3,000, I'll sell it to you. So since that's what I wanted to pay, and that's already $500 off the price, I was pretty happy with that. So I was like, okay, no problem. And I decided, something told me to just to give the bike once over one more time. So I decided to just go and check everything one more time, and guess what? The brake light wasn't coming on when I stepped on the brake, or even pulled the front brake. So I was like, oh shit, that's a pretty big problem, you know. So I was like, yo, look, your brake light's not working, and I don't know how much it's gonna cost to fix it. So he's like, oh, you know what, let me look at it. So he was looking at it, and he couldn't get it fixed. So he was like, all right, I'll take some money off for you so you can get it fixed by a mechanic. And then he was just like, okay, yeah, this will probably won't cost you no more than $40. I was like, what? You crazy? I was like, listen, it might cost me $40, it might cost me $200. Right now, we don't know what the issue is. It could be something simple as like a light, the plug is loose, or one of the wires are like broken or whatever, and you just need a simple fix. Or it might be something, something more major. So I talked him into taking off another $150. So I got this bike for less than $2,900. How fucking awesome is that? Yeah, guys, so those are my tips for going to buy a bike, and just general stuff that I do to get as good of a deal I can when I'm buying something like a motorcycle or even a car. So I hope that's helpful for some of you guys, and if you guys have any other tips for me, I would love to hear it. So hit me up in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go home because it's cold as hell.